So, Ian, thanks for setting up the time for us to speak. What we're trying to do at CultureSpots is to build the case for more academic museums and galleries to involve students in the production of their mobile audio tours. And what we're finding is that when they do that, not only does it lead to really amazing content for their mobile audio tours, but it engages students at the universities in a way that is really compelling, meaningful, special, different. And when I reached out to Margaret to see if any of you guys would be interested in having this conversation, she suggested you, and you've composed a musical piece to go along with one of their audio tours. I would love for you to tell me a little bit about how you came to be involved in this project, and what it meant to you, to be involved.
Okay. Well, so Margaret contacted our professors. So I found out about the project from my professors who had been in contact with her, and I was given the choice. I could either it wasn't mandatory at all. It's like, if you're interested, do it. And it was either I do that or just do. We had another project. This one was quite a bit more interesting. Get to work with new works of art and things like that. So I chose to do that, and I guess what I would agree with you that it was particularly enriching. I think it's quite a bit different. It was a diversion from what I'm used to doing at Blair, because what kind of dictates what I write is either what my professor thinks is would be good for me this semester, or whatever friend, whatever instrument they play, I'll write for them typically. So this was it was really cool to try to translate, works of art into music. It was very different and enjoyable too.
Yeah. And did you already have some music or some musical ideas in mind, or were you starting with a completely clean slate, looking at the artwork, understanding it, and then writing something? Or how did you go about that creative process?
Well, people do work differently, but I almost never approach a project, blank slate. It usually doesn't work out well for me. I have like a tome of sketches and stuff that I keep in case I want. So I had a rough idea, but only for like I just had like a contour of a melody basically, and it was looking at the actual artwork that's how I finished the piece. So I came at it with like a little seed germ, and then from there I used the artwork to finish the piece.
So when you had that melody in mind, and then you were looking at the artwork, you were then taking that idea of a melody and changing it, shaping it, extending it based on how the artwork made you feel, or colors you found in its form. How did that work?
So the work that I chose was fairly minimal. It was a paper collage. I mean, so there was not much to it. So rather than like looking at the colors and things like that, because it didn't seem like that was his goal. It seemed more like he was more focused on the little shapes he was drawing with these cutouts. So rather than paying attention to any type of feeling I had or colors, right, I was looking more at trying to fashion a melody based on these like really just kind of odd curves that seem kind of random, but they worked in a way. So. Yeah, I was more concerned with shape more than anything else.
Sure. Had you ever been to the museum before there at Vanderbilt?
I have not. I had not been in that museum, even though I had a few classes in the same building. Never ventured on in there. So it brought me in there for sure.
Have you been in there since the audio tours launched?
I have, and actually since because of this project. In my introduction to Margaret Walker, I'll be working there next semester. So
no way!
It was definitely fruitful for me.
Oh my gosh, that's so awesome! And so, do you already have kind of a job description? What she's going to have you do?
Yeah, I'll be working the front desk, and then hopefully tagging along with her for new acquisitions. Just kind of show me what she does.
This is see, these are the little nuggets of stories that we're trying to uncover, because here you are, a student at Vanderbilt. You're now, what are you studying? Are you studying music? Is that your?
I do study music. I'll be probably beginning a minor in poli-sci though.
Okay, so you've got you're studying music. You may have a minor in political science, but because of this unique opportunity to get involved in a mobile audio tour project at the museum, which you had never been to before, now you're going to actually work there next semester at the front desk. That's crazy. Now that you have written this piece and it is included in the mobile audio tour there, and you know that people who are going to be experiencing this particular exhibition are going to be looking at this artwork and listening to your piece of music, does that give you any sense of gratification, any fulfillment of knowing that people are going to be listening to your music there in the museum at Vanderbilt?
Well, how would I describe it? I'm happy about it. I try not to make personal attachments to things I write, because it's not really productive to do that. But the ultimate goal, I think, for any of us composers is just that people are, even if they're just like, that's neat. I mean, what more do you want? That's about also the fact. So that the fact that it will enrich someone's experience of those pieces of art is certainly makes me happy. I'm glad I wrote it. It was even more fruitful too, because another student, he's a senior now, a trombone performance major in the music school. He loved the piece so much, he's commissioned me to write a trombone piece, kind of in the same vein.
Unbelievable. And how did he come to know that you had done this piece? Did he go to the museum and he heard it, or?
He went there on their opening night. It was advertised a little bit, and that was when the live performances of the pieces were going to be. So he came and heard it, and he loved it, and he wants me to write him a piece. So that's,
oh my gosh, that's fantastic. So I think it's safe to say that the fact that you were involved with this project has opened up a new window or a new door in your life, a new...
Absolutely.
Yeah. Fantastic. Before we jumped on Skype here, was there anything in particular that you wanted to share with me at all about your involvement in the project that you've kind of, you've been thinking about and wanted to share while we've got the record button hit?
No critiques really. I mean, I think it went on without a hitch. I just, if I were going to tell you anything, it'd just be more like words of encouragement, like it was awesome. Should
Right.
do more of it.
Okay.
So
I know one thing I'm curious about is, the process of, so you wrote the music, you produced the audio file, in terms of just who was going to do what with that audio file in terms of getting it into the mobile audio tour. To you, that was all transparent, I would imagine. Like you sent off the audio file via email or something, and then Margaret took care of the rest. Yeah,
I had my friend's cinema and media arts major, so I gave him the recording, and then he cleaned it up and made it sound a lot more professional. So I didn't have to do all that much work. I just had to write the piece, and then it seemed like everybody else kind of took care of the rest, which is nice.
Very cool. That's what we like to hear. One of the things that we try to do with our system is to make it really easy to use, and so it's simple. I mean, there aren't many screens, there aren't many buttons and fields and everything, and the idea is that we want everyone at every academic museum and gallery to be able to figure out how to use it, and if it's easy, then they will use it. And I think we're...
Oh yeah, it's very easy.
Super. Ian, I won't keep you any longer unless there's anything else you wanted to tell me about the experience. This has been great hearing your story.
Awesome. Well, yeah, it's been great too, and I think that's all I've got. So.
Cool. Thanks a lot, Ian, and enjoy the rest of your day.
All right. Pleasure talking to you.
All right. I appreciate it. Thanks so much.
Bye.
Cheers.